Hi guys, I'm going to do a 10-minute makeup tutorial for you today. I'm going to start by priming my face with Saint's setting spray. You can use this as primer or as setting spray. I do it for both depending on what I want for the day. And now I gotta wait for it to dry. It only takes a few seconds to dry. This is the compact I'll be working out of today. My creams are on the top, shadows and powders are on the bottom. I am starting out with my foundation highlight color. It's called Candlelit. And I'm just going to put this around my beard area, just along around my chin, along my jawline, up kind of around my nose. And those are the only places where I put this color. I don't like to put it anywhere that I don't need to have it. So, all right, and I'm using the other side of the brush to blend and to feather that out. I'm doing these swirling motions, just a light feathery touch. Very simple, and again, just keeping in that area. I like to put a little bit of foundation along my lip line because I don't have a very defined lip line, so it just kind of separates my lip from my chin. This is my brightening highlight color. This one is called Sunlit, and I am actually, again, just pinpointing the areas and the places that I need it, like where I have veins, melasma, some freckling, and just any redness that I see. But you'll notice I'm just putting it in specific areas. I like to usually use a detail brush for this, but this is how you can do it with just the regular blend foundation brush. And then I'm just taking some of that color, that brightening color, up onto my forehead. When applying under the eye, make sure you're doing the stippling motion. All right, this is where I'm going to place my contour color, just at the top of that cheekbone or below it, depending on where you like it. And again, I'm using that same foundation brush, just keeping it super simple. My contour color is not showing up on my forehead as well because I have a darker hair color, so I think I'm gonna have to go a little bit darker. So I'm struggling here a little bit, wondering why it's not showing up. I didn't figure it out till later. And then I'm just gonna buff that color, that contour out. I'm gonna go up and out with that color, just up into my hairline, and make it look more like a natural shadow. Same thing with my cheekbones. I'm gonna take that up and out and just enhance my natural cheekbone structure that I've already got going on. I will be cleaning up this contour line a little bit later. If it helps you when you're doing your contour line, kind of suck in your cheeks and you can actually see where that bone is. You'll see me doing it right here, and it just kind of shows and gives me a guideline. What I'm putting on now is my bronzer. This is a cream bronzer. It's a matte finish, and I'm just applying it above my contour line on my cheeks and then below my contour line on my forehead. I just need to add a little more depth to my face. I just don't want to look too washed out. Now I'm going to go in and stipple my under eye. I'm using the fluffy end of the brush so that it just has a really natural look underneath there and gives a really natural finish. I like to do as little makeup as possible on the under eye for anybody that's 30 or 35 plus. This is very important. It makes all the difference on avoiding that cakey, makeup-y look under the eye. So again, just continuing that stippling motion, and I'm doing a really light, feathery swipe here, but just keep it very, very, very light on the under eye if you're going to do that. And of course, blending that color, the brightening color, up on my forehead. Now I'm going to go in and blend my contour with my bronzer and just kind of marry those two and merge them in and make them look more of that ombre, beautiful finished look. And same thing with the forehead. Just keep the swirly, feathery motions going on and blending those colors together to make it look like your natural face color. I'm using a little bit of that foundation highlight here. I realized I missed some red spots up high. They didn't show up until after I had applied my other makeup, so I'm just gonna blend those back in and get those taken care of. But you can already see the beautiful glow that I am getting from just a tiny bit of makeup that I'm actually putting on. Now I'm deciding my blush color. I actually did go with the Sandstone Lip and Cheek by Saint, and I'm just using the fluffy side of that same brush. We're still with the same brush. Now you can put your blush wherever you want, wherever you like to place it. If you want a more chiseled look, bring it up higher. If you want a more youthful, kind of full cheek look, bring it lower and to the apples of your cheeks. It just gives you that. It just changes how the look that you want. It can change the structure of your face. So just keep that in mind when you're doing blush. Be sure not to bring it too far in. I'm topping Sandstone off with something called Summer Love. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, and it's going to act like an illuminator. I noticed some spots here on my contour that I wanted to clean up. Like I told you before, I'm going to clean that line up, but I brought my blush down a little bit too far. So I'm going back with that main highlight color, that foundation highlight color, and cleaning up that line a bit and just making it look a little bit more chiseled and defined, I guess you could say. The last thing I'm doing for my face is pinpointing some blemishes that I want a little bit extra coverage for, and I am using a detail brush on this. This is called the multitasker brush, and I'm taking that main foundation color and putting it on there. I am setting with setting powder. I like to put my setting powder under my eyes, on my chin, along my jawline, and sometimes on my forehead if it's looking extra shiny. I want my under eye to look bright, but I don't want it to look shiny. I'm also setting my eyelids so that when I do my eyeshadow look, I've got a powdery, satiny finish, and I don't have to get it mixed up with the cream highlight color that I put on my eyelids. And setting, still setting. And now for the eyeshadow. I'm going in with a color called Tangerine. This is just kind of an orangish, yellowish color with a little bit of, I feel like a little red undertone, but just really, really pretty. I've been really enjoying this color. And I'm just applying that in my crease and on my outer lid. And then I'm taking a lighter color called Valencia and putting it on my lid and kind of marrying that tangerine up into my brow. And the same thing on the other side. The brush I'm using is called the eyeshadow brush. I'm just using the fluffy end. I'm not getting too detailed or too defined or anything. So I'm just using the fluffy end to apply and to blend. And it's working like a dream. And then again, I'm putting that lighter shade called Valencia and blending the tangerine up into my brow bone and making it just look a little bit more seamless. Finally, I'm going to top this color off with a shimmer, and I'm using setting spray on my finger, and then I dip into the shimmer so that I get a little bit more pigment on my finger and a little bit more that will transfer onto my lid. Because if I don't do this, it gives a little bit of a shimmer, but not quite the effect that I was going for today. So I am just putting that on there, and then I go ahead and blend this with a brush and carry that over into the rest and onto the brow bone as well. You can do this whatever look you're looking for. You can do it without the shimmer, but I just wanted to add a little pop because this is a pretty basic and natural look, but just wanted something to kind of pop out. The color I'm putting underneath on my lower lash line is the tangerine color. And then if I wanted to blend it out more, I could put some Valencia on there too. Finally, I'm going to top it off with some mascara. And this is just a simple drugstore mascara. You can find it anywhere. It's just the Maybelline, I think it's Voluminous mascara. I forgot to set my makeup in this video. I had to do it afterwards, so I did do that as my final step. And this is actually the final product and what it looks like in the end, my 10-minute makeup routine. I hope that some of these tips and things that I did helped you in your routine, and you know how simple it could be. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.